So I was out for New Year's waiting, just to see the giant fireworks, and then I saw this whole swath of people here. It was crazy. In Melbourne, where I live, it's probably one of the most diverse cities on earth. Everyone looks completely different, speaking in all these different accents, languages, but we were all here for this one reason: to start the new year. As I looked up to the sky, I was pretty excited. It's not because of fireworks themselves, because of the signifier of change. I looked around further and I realized I was missing something. Something more. And as I saw that firework shoot up into the sky, I was thinking, what will happen next? Bang! That event was 2 years ago, and a lot has changed since. It's better that we don't view change as a thing that happens, rather than we are change. Like, no matter what we do, think or act, we're in this continually moving process. Change is inevitable, and the only thing that we can really do is affect the direction of it. When I started the year, I wanted to set these huge, amazing goals, and I didn't really know where to start. I've always been a goal setter. I feel like that's the best way for me to do things, because successes and habits are really built up one day at a time. My goals for 2023, which is the whole year of the fireworks going off, weren't that complex now that I look at it. I write my goals and then I put it on a whiteboard right next to my desk. So no matter what I do, I can just look at the goals and see them there. My 2023 ones weren't that complex. Don't burn out. Get 750 subscribers on YouTube. Upload 17 good videos in a week. In a week, I mean in general. Be kind, get a job, and experience. The nature of experience itself was incredibly vague, but I knew that I didn't have to get too wrapped over the specifics, because if I had in my mind, I need to experience stuff, I'd be more likely to go out and do things anyway. I think at the time I ended up with like 683 subscribers, but I had, set up a bank account, a series of savers. I got a job like 3 months prior, like my first ever job. It's hard to say goal setting because it's more about milestones. Like if you grab something and you just chuck it into the ether, if it's in your mind, you're going to be heading in that direction anyway. And for 2024, I changed my goals completely. I didn't blame myself for not hitting those ones. I just simply looked back and evaluated and thought, what am I missing? From the university side of things, I realized that yes, I was experiencing things. I didn't have a summary of those experiences. So at the end of every month, I said, I'm going to write down a list of my achievements in relation to my goals, and then a list of achievements that happened anyway. I realized through, setting a North Star that the way I was making videos weren't the best. Not because, they weren't good, but the type of things that I was making didn't necessarily align with what I did, and I also felt like my control and processes were all out of whack. So through that, I was able to look at my processes, and I started to template a lot of my structures, and that naturally helped me with my course. Because I chose a Bachelor of Communications, I was able to use the same YouTube templates to my YouTube course. Again, everything all cascades. Through evaluating your goals, I was able to see if I liked it or not. For 2025, it was 1,000 subscribers, but the main signifier that changed was the idea of 20 good videos. What is a good video? Well, that's when I started to think more about my personal enjoyment as a factor. Not to say that I wasn't, but I began to prioritize it. That dot point experience from 2023 to 2024 changed into something more. What was experiences like? So I was like, I wanted to do an internship for at least 30 hours, and I wanted to watch 104 movies. Just by having that in my mind, I got an internship and I had it for like 90 hours. Not to say that I was amazing at it, I think I was pretty useless. With more experience, I began to speak the professional language of the field that I wanted to enter in, and then I knew what course subjects I wanted to do. When I watched 104 movies, I realized, hey, I really like this. It's an artistic endeavor, as a hobby, but not necessarily something that I want to make money from. I realized that I wanted to get more into like social, not-for-profit, social programs. Changed a lot of my course from that to like studying popular culture instead of cinema. But I did burn out quite a bit. Because I've been writing and logging things in my diary, seeing all these things, I essentially realized that the way I was living my life was fun and nice, but the goals were too specific. If we go back to 2023, I just got in a car and a job, and I think I was able to use that to my advantage. Almost every month or so, I was striving to go to like a party. I was trying to see a friend every month. Even though they were really nice and I'm grateful for those experiences, it sort of helped me filter out a lot of things in my life. There's like this backwards feeling that even though I was doing these things, I didn't really like it. And to a degree, I do think that you need to be uncomfortable in order to be a part of something, I guess. I was getting tired, to be honest. It's because my life was so scheduled and planned, I didn't have time to do anything outside of my goals. I think the nature of life is that you are going to change inevitably. I talk about this, I said it at the start of the video, but the boundaries in which you change are set by you. And I realized that I'd rather have small, heavily experience-based hangouts than just sort of sitting and doing nothing. For my 2025 goals, I shot for the stars, and I thought, hey, if I wanted to have fun, I needed to have more freedom. I tried to experience the arts more, picked up another internship / volunteering gig. One of the greatest things that happened was me sending an Instagram reel, and then one day he was like, yo, let's go to the gym. I started going to the gym with him, and then we had another one of our friends in, and we just kept it going and going and going. I gained something like 15 kilos in the span of 1 year. It sounds too Sigma bro, tech bro. I think it's important to take risks and do all that stuff within your means, but take risks nonetheless. Subscribe to my channel, because my goal for this year is 5,000 total subscribers. I'm shilling, guys. I'm corporatizing myself. 1 video a week, every week, give or take 1, maybe 3 a month. We're gonna see how that works, guys. Come on.